I'm right here with Big Stay. Let them know where we at right now.
Hey man, it's your boy Big State, the prisoner's voice. What's up to click, live and direct, Islam, Lego Rock, to Allah. All praise be to Allah, peace and blessings be upon the viewers that's watching this right now. Man, we in Iraq, California. Specifically, we in G Parkway. You know where everything originated. Here with some good brothers, some good keys. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name Quez, man. You know, better known Quez So Saucy. My name Icy Mike. My name T.Y.
Why is this section called G Parkway?
Well, this section is called G Parkway because, you know, before it was called Shining Star and before they changed it, the original name was Franklin Village, but at the bottom it said G Parkway.
Right here, this is Starz territory?
Well, right here, you know, this is Starz territory, you know, different gangs territory and things like that. You could say that, yeah, this is where it all originated from.
G Parkway, the heart of everything in the South for sure. You come to the South, G Parkway, this is home. You feel what I mean? Everybody gonna identify with this. Everybody say mob nowadays. You got Beauty saying mob. You got Chris saying mob nowadays. You know why? Because we the heart, man. That's where it's at for real.
The slang term mob came right here from G Parkway?
You better know it.
We didn't influence, we didn't influence every hood, man. We didn't influence every hood in South Sacramento.
We started
right here in Iraq, California, man. You know, we was the first one to get the dreads. Didn't even want to have dreads.
Nah, for sure.
First,
cutting dreads
what?
off.
Come on now, man. The first thing, oh, you got dreads? Are you from G Parkway? Are you from Oakland? Like, come on now. Now we didn't influence the whole culture. Come on now. You know, we come from a background of poverty, of low income, of low economic opportunities. You know, it ain't a lot of jobs out here. So when you come from places like this, the first thing you do is get in the streets. So when you come from a place like this, you basically bred in hopelessness. But you know, your environment, man, it don't always got to determine, or it don't always got to speak about who you is. You know, even though we came from this, and you know, we didn't live a gang lifestyle, and we did, you know, we all did some form of time in prison. We here to tell the community that even though you come from this, don't let this deter you, or don't let this deter you from chasing your dreams like we let it do. Because at the time of growing up in G Parkway, our mindset was, you know, run around, steal, stuff like that. And then it kind of escalated because this is where we grew up at and this was all we knew. But just because you come from something like this, man, you might not have the same economic opportunities. Don't let these environments like this deter you. Right now, it's a lot of senseless violence going on in the community. And that's because people come from places like this, whereas you can see it's nothing to do. Everything ran down, you know, just look at it. Just take a look around.
I'm really for the other side. You feel me? Started over there with the Shelly Circle, you feel me? 118, all that. No, been here a majority of my lifetime as a young adult, a young child. So I grew up at, I came over here, you know, my grandma stayed where we just started this film, man. When she passed, my auntie took over that, you know, so once they shut the hood down in 2004, we were still here. So, man, they built the new side. We was here for that. I just been on THs, you know, everything. But, you know, like you said, man, we come from nothing, and all we know is what's around. So we partake in a lot of bullshit that don't necessarily shouldn't have nothing to do with us as a child, you feel me? So it is what it is, you know, we do what we have to do. We came up. But at the end of the day, no matter where we came from, they ain't gonna never deter where we going.
Coming from low income communities like this, it's like y'all sit here and frown upon how, you know, we turn out, how the environment turned us out. You know, motherfuckers going to prison and doing time, but it's like until y'all show us something else, this is all we got. Or this is at least what people feel like that's all they got.
Is it true that most G Parkway residents came from Oakland at first?
Well, you had a percentage of G Parkway residents that did come from Oakland, a family and things like that. So yes, that's true.
Someone who's right here from G Parkway, do they immediately pick up gangbanging?
Well, something that you kind of like born into, raised into. It's like if you run around and all you do is hear your family members using a certain language, of course you're gonna start using that language and adapting that mindset.
And is it mostly blacks in this section?
Well, Sacramento is a mixture of everybody, man. Black, Asian, Mexicans, the low-income whites. So it's just a mixture. It's a culture.
And everything was really the hood and everything like that. It was Crips in here. I mean, we had a few bloods in here. You know what I mean? For whatever, Metaview, whatever. But you know what I mean? For sure, it was predominantly nigga G Parkway. You feel me? You know what I mean? So you know, whatever was in there. You know, you was young, whoever your family ties who was. You know what I mean? you came up under them, you know. I chose the mine. I know where I'm from.
Yeah, man. Come on now,
You
man.
better know it.
Lavish D CML, he's from right here. Did you guys grow up with him?
Yeah, Lavish D, that's big, bruh. He from the hood. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with him. Things like that. Yes, sir.
How did the rivalry between Oak Park and G Parkway start?
Well, the rivalry between G Parkway and Oak Park started, you know, kind of like during, I would say, because back then it wasn't really no rivalry. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never been really at odds with the P. It was really back in the days with the Crips.
For sure.
So, you know, when we went to war with Oak Park, that was kind of like our generation.
A lot of people from here, have they ended up in jail?
Well, yeah, most of my friends, man, growing up now, man, they either dead or in jail.
All of us right now been in the pen.
Yeah, all of us right now have been to the pen. Some of us did 10 years, some of us did 17 years, some of us did 8, 10, 5, you know, so we know I've been in prison. It's like a cycle.
When you guys go from the streets to prison, do you guys meet up in there too?
Yeah, you know, it's just like another family reunion. That's sad to say, but it's just like another family reunion. You see the homie, you happy to see him. You run, hug him, greet him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all y'all got.
I remember last time I seen you before when you first caught your case.
Yeah.
We were giving out hard. I was coming in.
Oh, yeah, I remember
You was in
that
the holding
too.
tank, you feel me? Both you was instantly like, what's up? You feel me? Like, and that was definitely the last time I really seen him. And, you know, till now down there, bro. So, you know, I'm just glad that we shook where we came from, bro. And now we out here on these streets so we could be able to do this.
Because at the age of 14 years old, I ended up catching a case as a juvenile, got tried as an adult. At the age of 16 years old, they ended up giving me 50 years of life. I ended up doing 17 years and 6 months on that sentence. And by the grace of God, I was granted release from a 50-year to life sentence and came home at the age of 32.
After 17 years, you've only been out 50 days?
Yeah, I got out June 6th of 2024. So, yeah, about 50-some days. On August 6th, it'll be 2 months.
Swamp Stories had a YouTube post and it kind of explained what happened to you. Is that the real story?
Well, no, that's part of the story, you know, but he had pretty much some of the facts on point.
January 17th, 2007. 3 Oak Park teenagers take the train down to South Sacramento. They get off on Florin Road in the middle of enemy territory. They enter a mini-mart as 2 G-Mob members are leaving. The 2 G-Mob members wait for the Oak Park boys outside the mini-mart. They exchange words when one of the Oak Park members, Lamar, punches G-Mob member Lil Stay. Lamar knocks him down while Lil Stay pulls out his pistol. Lamar starts to run. He starts to run away fast. G-Mob member Lil Stay starts shooting his pistol. His aim was really good because he knocks down Lamar in the middle of the street. Lamar would pass away after being struck. Jamel Lil Stay Stevens would receive 50 years.
Do you remember the day you got picked up and arrested?
Yeah, I remember the day like it was yesterday, man. It was January 19, 2007. I was 14 years old. Well, that day, man, I was supposed to be at school, end up dishing school, was supposed to go meet up with a female, end up going to somebody's house, leaving that house, end up running into somebody, and boom, it happens.
Were you on the run at this point?
Well, I just explained to you the events of what happened that day, but I was on the run for like a week or something, then ended up getting arrested, captured, and incarcerated.
Going in for the first time, getting inside the jail, what's your immediate thoughts?
Man, my immediate thoughts is it's kind of like I wasn't even thinking, to be honest with you, because, you know, when you're that young, in your mind, you like, man, I'm about to go home in like a week. You know, the reality of the situation really don't sit in on you. It's on your mind. You thinking like, I'm about to, you know, go home in about a week. It ain't gonna take that long. And then as the days start going by and you start doing more time, you realize like, this shit is real. Your attorney talking to you, and that is real, but it ain't real because you don't even know what she's saying. You know, you 14 years old, you don't know the law. It take people years to learn the law. So, you know, like I said, it was at the beginning, it was surreal.
At this point, what's making you stay silent and take this time on the chin instead of telling and going home?
Well, man, you know, at that time, you just got to buckle down, get a grip on reality like this, what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. And then, you know, at that time, too, you questioning God, why this happened, why that happened, why it got to be me. If it's a God, why did this happen? So it's all type of going through your mind. But then at the end of the day, it's like you just got to accept that time. Whatever come with it, like, okay, this is what it's going to be. All right, I went to trial, 16 years old, up in front of 12 people, 9 white people, 2 black people, and 1 Asian. I'm in trial for about a month and a half. 2 months later, they come back with the verdict. They called me in there. It's around lunchtime. As soon as I go in there, I see a black lady crying. already know it's over. The top jury hand the verdict in to the bailiff. The bailiff gives it to the judge. The judge read it. On count 1, first degree murder, we find you guilty. On count 2, PC 12022.54 penal code section, gun enhancement, we find you guilty. We'll give you 25 years of life, plus an additional 25 years of life, so I end up with 50 years of life. Now I'm in juvenile hall, you know, I'm getting into fights and stuff like that. Then like a month later, I end up getting shipped to CYA. When I get to CYA, couldn't nobody believe it. I believe I was probably like one of the first juveniles at that time. I may be wrong, I may not be wrong, to get 50 years of life. So now you just got to take it on the chin, and then you start building a program as you start to do time. Because, you know, when you go to CYA, it's like a mini prison. So you know, get some structure. You got to go to 5 classes like you in regular school on the streets. Then you got to go back. You got the extra programs and things like that, and it kind of gets you used to just doing time day by day, day by day, day by day. Then you build a program that works for you.
Before anyone touches prison, they go to CYA?
Well, no, you only go to CYA if you're not 18 yet. So CYA is going to hold you until your 18th birthday. And the day on your 18th birthday, the CDC, the California Department of Corrections of Rehabilitation, is going to come grab you, and you're going to be sent off to the adult prison system, which is what happened to me.
Thinking you might have a life sentence and never get out when you first go down, are you causing trouble while you're in there?
Well, yeah, most definitely. Causing problems, different altercations. Me and my boy, you just seen the footage, T.Y. Had went on my first mission with him, DP somebody. We was always on lockdown because I started off at Hard Desert, level 4, 180. Ended up doing 5 years there, was getting into trouble. Went to Centinela, level 4, 270. Did about like 9 years there. For a minute, I was getting in trouble. Then one day I had went to the hole, I had came out the hole. My OG Sally at that time, I always tell this story, he had been down to 36 years old. So he sit me down, he say, hey, youngster, man, look around, man. He say, you and your partners, y'all the only ones gang bang. He said, everybody else around here making money, using phones, got girlfriends, they going out on visits, taking self-help classes. He's like, man, what you need to do is, because he said, man, you came to prison while you was young, they're going to let you out. What you need to do is sit down and do something with your time, start taking these programs, and eventually they're going to let you out, get you a phone and a girlfriend, and just chill. And, you know, at first I shrugged it off, boom, a couple months went by. Certain individuals didn't come out the hole. So I started building my program, and eventually I just took his advice, and look at me now.
At that point, you changed your life around?
Well, at that point, I changed my thinking around. You know, I had to start maturing and thinking. I had to really start thinking instead of acting in the moment, not acting with self-control. I had to start to learn to control my actions and my reactions to events in certain situations, because in a pen, you know, a lot of dudes be in there, the toughest dudes always tell these stories, the toughest dudes always go PC. They always roll it up. So to me, it's like when I started building my own program, changing my way of thinking and not caring what nobody really thought, then it started to work for me. So like I said, I wouldn't say I changed my life, but I started to change my way of thinking. The craziest thing I seen, I think, is when a dude killed his cellie, and when they pulled him out and they drug him down the tier, it was just blood everywhere. But the whole night, you just heard somebody screaming, just screaming all night. And then he just stopped screaming. And then the next thing you know, because they do a count time at 2:30 in the morning. Next thing you know, the police talking about some, oh, hit the button. The medical team running in, everybody running in. Then they bring the stretcher up there, and when they pull it out, there's just blood everywhere.
Being down all that time, what do you think is some of the most important stuff that you missed out on?
Well, I think being down all that time, man, the most important things I've missed out on is family. You know, just being there with your family. It's just a simple thing, man, just waking up, being free. Being able to go be with a woman all day, not having to be around dudes all day. You just miss the little things, man, that people don't realize and people don't recognize.
Did you become Muslim while in prison?
Yeah, I became Muslim while I was in prison because, you know, I grew up in a Christian household. So I was raised to be a Christian. But once I started doing my due diligence and my consistent studying and reading the Quran over and over, because I've read the Quran probably like 7, 8, 9, 10 times after reading it over and over and reading the stories, and you know, it just touched me. So, you know, I became Muslim while I was incarcerated. Yes, that's true.
Does that happen to a lot of blacks while in prison?
No, man, in prison is no different from the streets. It's like a microcosm, a smaller thing of the streets. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and, you know, it's gang life. So be able to become a Muslim, you got to be more of a man, because when you become a Muslim, you're going to be criticized even harder. oh man, he's a gang member and he's a Muslim, or he's doing this and he's a Muslim. Like, what's wrong with me trying to do right while I'm doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with me finding my purpose in my soul? And what's wrong with me trying to better myself? People think like, oh, you know, you become a Muslim, you do this, like you weak, or, you know, they try to tarnish your image. But it's like, if you my partner, you my friend, and you know this gonna be a positive thing for me, why are you shunning that? So, you know, like I said, don't be that many people that go to Islam in prison, but because of just based on that. So it actually makes you stronger because, you know, you got to have a thick skin.
When you came home, did you feel like technology passed you up?
When I came home, in a way, yeah. In a way, yeah, most definitely. You got you got the mother, man, what? You ain't even have a touch screen when I left home, man. I heard more Alexis talking. I'm like, man, who the fuck is that? Oh man. Then when you get, you know, you getting the Teslas and everything just connected, your car is fully being monitored by all these cameras. It's like a whole different world. Hell yeah, technology didn't change. What was the hardest thing you had to experience while being incarcerated in the prison system?
Man, the hardest thing I had to experience, probably family not being there, not able to see my family, getting sentenced to a lot of time at a young age. Cause I got sentenced to 13 years when I was 19. Just coming home and then the transition to coming home and then trying to figure stuff out without doing nothing illegal.
At the end of the day, you know, a year from now, what would you want your legacy to be? You know, I see you got a part of your legacy right here. So what would you want that legacy to extend to him about?
He gonna be able to be, you know what I mean, take care of his kids like I'll be able to take care of mine. You know what I mean? That, you know what I mean, I'm leading him in a better direction, you know what I mean, and leading him down a better path, you feel me, and knowing that, you know what I mean, I can leave him with all my I done taught him and everything, man, and leave him with him so he can just grow and be a better man than me. Bring our cardboard boxes, bro, you feel me, on my
man, what? I forgot all about that. What?
Slide down the hill.
He used to, man, what? It's a steep hill over here, man. He used to get the cardboard boxes, lay them down and race down there, man. He used to be catching crawdads up in this mouth, catching frogs, all type of shit, man. We used to go right there up under the bridge, steal bikes and go strip them.
See, me and we just stole a whole trampoline from behind the hood, rolled them up all the way over here just to throw it under the bridge, you feel me? That was our little area right there where we used to be jumping and fooling around with, for sure. But like, yeah, man, we used to try to find the last bridge of this motherfucker, try to find out what's going on.
Come on now. He used to bring his bikes around this motherfucker, man, racing down this motherfucker, all type of shit.
We used to bring the baskets in that motherfucker, throw the basket in there just to cross the thing. Just to get to the other side, for sure, man.
Yeah, nah, most definitely.
We kept ourselves entertained around this.
Man, what about the free breakfast program?
Oh yeah, over there at the church.
Man, what? You remember when they used to come with the bus and pick us up and take us to college? Come on now, man.
You know, we had a cool community for sure. Especially when I had the center, I was a part of the center and everything.
Man, what? Auntie Sue had the motherfucking caddy shop or what?
You feel me? Had the little center going on. You know, then all the community pools.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The pools, what?
Shout out Auntie Thelma for sure. She had the pools going crazy.
Hydrants used to be busted.
Come on, bro.
This whole apartment complex is G Parkway?
Yeah, this whole apartment complex is G Parkway, man. You know, they tore down the other side, man, and rebuilt it, man, because that mud was too destructive. Just like this.
The TH is over there, which is the short for the townhouses. You feel what I mean? They over there for sure, man. You know, my piece, my West, he stayed over there. For sure.
For sure.
I miss my brother, for sure. But yeah, man. All through these neck of the woods, for sure. I remember my mama had a nigga that stayed right there named Michael Boyd. You feel me?
Man, come on now, man. Oh shit.
Man, my nigga Sequoia in there right next to it.
Man, before was all that, man, everything was one, man. G Parkway, man.
Nah, for sure.
Like, come on now. Don't get lost in the sauce, man. It's a lot gone, man, but not forgotten. It's a lot of my niggas still in the pen, man. I wish they could just have this moment just to walk as a free man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm out here, man, to speak for the people, man, a prisoner's voice. Back at it, man, free the people. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody a second chance. Those with life without parole, those with life, you know what I'm saying? Stop charging the babies as adults, man, or being able to even have a juvenile transfer hearing to be able to try to charge them as adults. Because other than that, you can't do nothing else as an adult.